So here we go. These are our papaya seeds from the bottom half of the papaya that we're going to try out in the spot. Just going to scatter them around, and whatever comes up, and we'll transplant it from there. Cover them up with a little bit of soil. And there you have it. Now just water it down and let nature do the rest. I think I might get lucky this year and get a pretty big crop of mulberries. Certainly hoping for it. Take a water bottle, fill up a bunch of banana peels with it, fill it back up with water, set it aside and let it ride, and you've got yourself potassium water. And when your trees, your fruit trees, are getting ready to go from flower to fruit or right in that in-between stage, such as my red mulberries are right now, it's a perfect little elixir to give them a nice little drink of. A little bit for each one. Cheap and easy potassium hack. Fill it back up, set it aside, keep it for next season. Here's some candidates I'm looking at to do a direct transplant with. Just plant them right in the ground. You're looking for these buds, and nice thick stock wood like this would be perfect to go ahead and directly transplant in the ground with. That you don't want to do. Get a clean cut when you do it. You know, if you can, try to go a good 4 inches down to the ground and make sure you've got about a good 4 inches up on top above the soil. And this will be a perfect transplant. Just kind of measuring out the area where I'm going to put these red mulberry transplants in. Make sure that I don't dig too much further outside the circumference of this cage. Here we go. For mulberries, if you're going to plant them in a space that has a lot of sun, it might be too intense for them if they're cuttings. In this one case, as you can see, I've got a bag covering over this one that's planted here, but over here I've got one that's planted purposely in the shade of this lemon tree, and that way it's protecting it from direct sunlight for the most part. It still gets some direct sun, but not a lot. indirect like this, it's not too bad. And as you can see, I mean, she's starting to already push out her buds. So I feel pretty good about the way I've had this arranged. But this one over here, we're gonna see. Having to keep her in the dark like that may eventually play against me later on. As these moringa beans age, they take on almost an okra kind of an appearance. This is also right before they start to fully age and become brown, and that's when you can harvest them so that you have seeds to make new trees from. This is a moringa drumstick. And I got to tell you, when it comes to God's creation, this little wonder of nature is amazing. Look at the way that it encapsulates these seeds. You have the perfect thing for storing these seeds. And check out these seeds. See how they look? It's like the perfect little seed capsule for planting with. Now, I harvested these pods a little over a year ago, and as with any seed, they start to lose viability over time. But I got to tell you, when I first planted these last year, I had nearly 100% viability on each one that I planted. This year, not so great, but let me just show you how easy it is. Get yourself a little pot. If you're not going to plant it directly into the ground, make a small little hole, something large enough for the capsule to slip into, not too deep. Something about like that. Set it in, backfill, and maybe put a little bit more on top of it so it's fully covered. Just a tiny bit more dirt so that it's covered fully. Give it a good top watering and you're done. If you've got a hole in the bottom, you can bottom feed from this point forward until it sprouts. Turmeric, 15 baht a package. It's not even 50 cents. I'm going to fill this trough up with smaller pieces like this, but you'll see these will produce beautiful plants in time. That literally is all there is to it. There you go. When it comes to fruit trees, there's several different cuts that you can make to your branches that are helpful for the tree, both in growth and in fruiting. On this one though, the cut I'm going to show you, which on this tree is most important at this point, are for the branches that are on the inside of the tree. Branches that grow straight up, that's good. That's stuff that can also produce fruit. Lateral branches that go out horizontally like this, these are the best. These contain an element of acid in their chemistry that actually is healthy for the tree, both in fruiting, flowering, and just the overall health of the tree. But what is not good are branches like these here, where you see that they're going in towards the center of the tree. Yeah, these are the things that we're going to focus on trimming back today and getting rid of. So what we're going to do is we're going to focus on getting rid of these branches that are going in towards the center of the tree. It opens the tree up. It helps create better airflow later on, because let me tell you something, later on this year, you're going to see how much this tree flushes out. You won't even be able to see into the center of it at all. So we're going to take care of that now. Here's a really good example of what I'm talking about. You got the center branch right here, climbing up to the sky. That's fine. I'll probably do a terminal cut at the top of that in a little while. You got branches that are going off to the left, branches going off to the right. Those are all right, but you see these going in towards the center of the tree, here and here, branches like that, that's what you want to cut off, because it's going to choke out the airflow into the center of the tree and potentially cause disease. It may not seem like a big deal, but trust me, as the year goes on and this thing flushes out, it'll make a big difference. So when it comes to getting your branches pruned, just a pair of pruners like this is fine. These smaller branches, they're really easy to take off. And again, coming out, that's okay. Going straight up, that's okay. Left, right's okay. It's this stuff going in towards the tree right here that we want to take off. And what's nice is if you look at these branches, they've got like a little collar that they come out of against the actual branch of the wood. That's right where you want to cut, right there. There you have it. Just one last quick note here on pruning. If you can get the flowers when they're right at about that size right there, that top portion of the branch, that's when you really want to trim them off. And this is just another example of the progression that you'll see over time. Certain things are ready to go out into the sun to start more so than others, and others that still just haven't even sprouted yet. So you always have to be patient and just kind of let your plant tell you what it's doing and what it needs. And, you know, don't be in a rush. Creation's amazing. It can take care of itself very well. Since got a break in the rain, I thought I would give one last final view of my home here in Chiang Rai. Yes, I did say one final view. I am moving, and I am leaving the north, and I'm now heading to the northeast. And by northeast, I do mean Isan. So I'm still the Northern Thai Garden guy. I'm just now in the northeastern section of the country. These are the moringa. They're doing okay, but they're once again getting swamped by weeds. I'm gonna leave this cage on for them. Nice little mulberry that got transplanted earlier this year. The other one that was in initially, I don't think is going to prop back up, but we'll see. Lemon tree, Meyer lemon, brought with me from the US. I think it's massive. I think it's actually going to fruit too this year, which really stinks because I would have loved to have harvested from it. Another mulberry. The custard apple, which if you remember my very first video, she is a monster. I'm sure my landlord is going to love trimming her back. The turmeric finally sprouted up, which is kind of nice. Have some more of it over here as well. Different areas. Just trying to create a border's edge. The avocado tree. I love this tree. Sprouted this thing back in 2018 from a pit, and it is a behemoth. Some of you may remember the damage it took from termites. It's been fine ever since I treated it with chitosan. Now, it's still going to take time for itself to repair, and who knows, maybe they'll wind up getting some knotwood out of it. Hard to say. Another mulberry in the back here. This here turned out to be probably one of the most interesting things on my property. This is the other custard apple, but if you see right here, this other section, this is a completely different tree that grew up with it, and I did not plant it here. In fact, it came up right at the base with the other. I thought it was a water shoot. It turns out this is an invasive species known as the Malabar plum. Have no idea how it got here, but you know, they're going to grow up together. Probably produce fruit. One more mulberry. The permaculture pit, complete with sweet potatoes and, well, unfortunately, because of all the moving that happened the other day, I think the papaya got trashed. That's okay. This at least is active. Moringa, which I definitely have taken some pods with me, or get things planted in Isan. And the last of my red mulberry. And that's it. So as of the date that I uploaded this, I'm already in Isan. I just wanted to give you guys one last view of my place here in Chiang Rai before I left. Sorry I wasn't able to do a better job of that, but the rain has just been nonstop. I mean, I've got a small break in the action here, and I've got to get back to doing what I got to do before I get out of here. So I hope you guys enjoyed, and don't worry, because when I get to where it is I'm going to, you guys are going to be amazed at some of the things that you're going to be seeing in the content to come. I hope you're doing well wherever you are in this world today or tonight. You take care. Bye for now. And now, just before I leave, a little symbolism. The moringa, which are flooded with weeds. I've got 2 seeds left. Maybe they'll grow in a bunch.